Welcome everyone to the first weekly video of where we look specifically at cryptocurrencies, making money from cryptocurrencies, not just by trading it or using the currency, but also the business side of it, because this is an opportunity that gives it to you two ways. So it's just going to be cryptocurrency central here each week. Let's start by looking at the chart of Bitcoin. And one of the things I've said before is I've noticed how this tends to revert to its 50-day line. Sort of doesn't go, it doesn't respect it that much, but it sort of clings to it. And even this recent spike we saw, when it comes down to earth, has a bit of a crash, and then it sort of hovers around it. But that's the Bitcoin, Bitcoin Investment Trust, which is like an ETF. But I think that's a good measure of the sort of balancing picture of some of the volatility of Bitcoin. Because it's an ETF, it's not exactly it. It's more sort of smoothed out because it's buying Bitcoin in stages. It's not an immediate representation. So that's not Bitcoin itself, but it does give us a kind of clue, and we can see it sort of clinging to its 50-day there. So that's one I look at. Another one I look at, which is actually you can trade options on, is Riot. This is a blockchain technology, Riot blockchain. And you can see it basically mirrors the blockchain, the Bitcoin chart, and you can see it doing the same thing here, just clinging on to its 50 days. So that's kind of evidence. So if we, on the other hand, look at, go to our Stockfolio app, and we can see the, real charts here of the actual ones. So here's Bitcoin is the first one. Had a bit of as you know, Bitcoin had a bit of a rough week, and you'll notice about cryptocurrencies, I've noticed there's a technical pattern that they tend to follow, which is called the wedge. And here's that wedge. It goes down like that, and it comes up there like that, and the direction in which it breaks next out of that wedge is the indication of which way it goes next. And we've seen this here, where it broke below and it goes below. Just did so there, you see. So there's that wedge, and it breaks, it goes down, and it sort of stabilizes around there. So yeah, Bitcoin had a bit of a rough week, and those people who bought up here are close to 20,000 at the peak. This is what this is doing, is shaking off the late money, the dumb money, as it's called, and to get round to sort of like it went below 10,000 at some point. There's a lot of people there who are unhappy about that. And I expect they're going to be set. See, now you've got this overhead supply here. All this is overhead supply. That's people looking to sell, get out of Bitcoin because they consider it a bad investment. But that's their problem. And that will sort of give a bit of resistance to Bitcoin as it sort of struggles out of that. Litecoin had a similar thing. I'm focusing on these four because they're the ones that IG Index lists 1 but 2 because they are the most interesting to me. Litecoin just basically had a similar pattern, got itself into a wedge, breaks below, hovers below. On the other hand, Ripple did a similar thing, but it was much more resilient. And it's always when you get these corrections, you can see what's going on there, what's being offloaded the fastest to buyers come in and so on. And you can see that during this recent shakeout, Ripple, as well as Ethereum, I'll look at in a second, fared a lot better. In fact, Ripple here held its 50-day line, which is the blue line there, the 50-day average. So that is a very bullish sign. So that's a good, if I wasn't in Ripple already, then that's a good time for me to start getting into that one. I mean all of them actually. I'm long-term bullish on cryptocurrencies, just to reiterate that point. I'm in for the longer run. I see this as more of a long-term sort of investment. I'm looking basically to buy on the dips and just keep an eye on the new ones as they emerge, because it's not just Bitcoin. Let's look at Ethereum. And this is an even more bullish picture. Because look, during this correction, this just bounced right off its 50-day, and it's in a stronger position than all four of these big ones right now. So I think that's a very, very optimistic sign for Ethereum, and this sort of range here is I think a great time to start. This is never going to very hard to time exactly. I'm just looking for opportune moments to just start adding to positions, and then I'm just in for the run. That may last years here. So let's look at so that's what I want to show you. Ethereum. Yes, let's look at CoinMarket. Cap.com, which is a list of capitalization up to the minute of all cryptocurrencies, and no change here at the top of the league. Bitcoin is leading in terms of market capitalization, which is a measure of how much money is flowing into this thing. But what's interesting is that Ethereum is starting to catch up Bitcoin now. This gap between the two here wasn't this narrow not even a week ago, which kind of matches that shake up there when money was flowing into Ethereum while money was flowing out of Bitcoin. Ripple still in third place. Litecoin down there at 10 minutes. So these are the big players, and obviously there's loads down here, and there's going to be loads more too. And as these become more attractive to me, especially I can see charts for them. I'm a technical guy. Then I'll start to look at them more. But right now I see Ethereum especially as being this is a very optimistic sign chart wise for that, and I'm definitely starting to add more into that, give it maybe a bigger allocation. And you can buy all of these, of course, on Coinbase, coinbase.com, which is where I get all mine. That's my digital wallet there. So that's the situation, sort of going around the currencies. Let's look at the miners. You need to be, if you don't have shares in a mining pool, then you need to get some. There's Coinbase as well, the CoinMarketCap. Now, when you go to bitsclubnetwork.com, you'll need a sponsor, and the sponsor is bitsandpieces.com. I'm going to write that on the screen for you just so you know, because you'll need a sponsor. They won't let you get mining shares without that. So you enter the sponsor name, Bits and Pieces, and that's your sponsor name to sign up. In terms of some marketing ideas, what's occurred to me, like what are you actually doing when you buy shares in a miner? What you're effectively doing is, this is obviously going to mine Bitcoin for you, but because you're in it getting it today and you're getting paid out in Bitcoin, here's what I see as what's the point in doing this? What are you doing? What are you saying? What I'm saying is that I'm basically going to lock in the price of Bitcoin today, whatever it is today, this price here, 11,663, I'm going to lock in that price now for the next 3 years, effectively what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm going to get paid in Bitcoin for the next 3 years, and whatever that value is. So you're saying, look, I think the value of Bitcoin over the next 3 years is going to be way higher than that, which I think it will be. And so effectively you're locking in the price. And that's what I see as an attractive proposition for, you should be getting mining shares. And also, this isn't a message you can tell others to encourage them to sign up under you. And then you're going to make money on the people who sign up under you as well. As you know, I hate network marketing, but this is not network marketing, folks. It just happens to employ a network marketing engine where you're getting paid for referring people. What you're doing is you're getting two things here. You're getting basically saying, look, I'm going to buy shares in a mining pool and I'm going to get paid like a dividend. I want to get paid in Bitcoin for the next 3 years. That's one thing. The other thing is like a bonus that you don't have to do if you don't want to. Just get paid to get people to also do the same thing as you, which is wise advice right now, I think. And then you can benefit from them too. So that's really where we're at. Just a quick roundup this week, and I will speak to you in the next update.